from Wooler, a small town in England, specifically in Northumberland, located just around the border of England and Scotland. I found it quite fascinating because Wooler was not part of the plan to actually stay longer than a day, but it is quite charming as a little quaint town. Different travellers actually passing through these towns to enjoy the landscape that it has got within this area. I will be traveling with a dear friend of mine, Melissa, whom I first met on a trip to Lanzhou, China in 2017. We have been close friends ever since and have decided to embark on a 5-day journey together, exploring the charming towns and villages along the English-Scottish border. Our trip began in Wooler, a quaint market town in Northumberland, northeast England, just on the edge of Scotland. We stayed at the Black Bull Inn, a cozy pub that offered accommodations for £70 per night, including breakfast. Refreshed and ready, we set out for a day of exploration and hill walking to take in the stunning landscape. I think Wooler as a border town is quite cute because not only it caters to travellers who come here to do a long walk or even cycling, but also it's quite photogenic just because there are quite a bit of historical buildings. For the locals, it's quite enough because they've got quite a lot of charity shops. They've got butchers of their own, they've got different hotels for travellers, but probably you have to drive out of the town a bit for basic stuff like bigger grocery shopping. I found that small towns like this often have this charming characteristic because the shops are generally run by locals and they often provide this sense of community soul to the village. And I think it's just charming to see different intricates and different details that the shop has. Friend Melissa is getting cheese and onion pasty. They've got this great selection. The local farm bakery actually produced this themselves fresh daily. So I have actually got coffee and quiche. We are going to a car actually to drive to starting point of a trail that we're hoping to do. A short walk for a couple of hours. So we have come to the nearest woodland forest actually, and I think we're just going to start a couple of hours or 3 hours of walk throughout this area and hopefully hike to the Hambleton Hill. I think the act of walking is immensely meditative. There's only an element of air. You step and breathing. Melissa said that this could be for sheep, which I doubt. Neither of us know. And I said, well, practically we live in the city, so we don't know this. I feel like a proper country club.
This trail just outside of Wooler, right by the edge of Northumberland National Park, offers a refreshing 2-hour walk. As you reach the top, the views are incredible. You can see wide open landscapes that make you stop and just take it all in. It's a place that not only offers a great hike, but also a moment to reflect on the past and appreciate the peace and beauty of the present.
Yeah, we've made it.
Walking back and practically making a circular walk on this very beautiful Northumberland National Park. It was fascinating because when we arrived yesterday, there were so many locals talking in their local dialect, and neither of us could actually understand that. Vastly interesting, vastly different as well. It's the wind, so to speak. Can you do it?
I want to climb over this one.
Go for it. Hello! I mean, I don't know. Are you drunk?
As we wrapped up our hike, Melissa and I left Wooler and made a brief stop at an 11th century church in the quaint village of Kirk Newtown. The afternoon sun cast a beautiful glow, illuminating the stunning countryside. Feeling accomplished and proud for spending the day outdoors, we then continue our drive to Kirk Yetholm, our stop for the night, nestled right at the Scottish border.
Good morning from Kirk Yetholm, which is a village at the Scottish border area, 3 kilometers away. 3 kilometers away only from the English border. So I've arrived here yesterday with Melissa, and Melissa have decided to take a break today. So I'll be exploring the village myself and show you a little bit around what the settlement looks like. I find it quite fascinating because Kirk Yetholm used to be, I think, the settlement for the Roman gypsies, if I'm not mistaken. So this is the main church of the village. I think this is called Cheviot Churches. Kirk Yetholm is actually a popular pilgrim route meaning it's also a starting point for a long distance hike such as the Pennine Way, which is one of the oldest long distance route in the UK. I think a church like this in a small village like Kirk Yetholm is often used as a centre of community activities, and I think it's quite interesting because behind me currently there are lots of mums and their babies, I think, playing around. So Kirk Yetholm as a village has got a sister village which is only 800 meters away known as Town Yetholm, and I think there is a community shop which exists to cater to both villages' needs. Look at this stone house behind me, and with cherry blossom. I think this is a perfect place if you need time to ponder about your life. Feels like I'm in some sort of romantic movie. So this is the community shop. You get lots of fresh produces like eggs, some other bits and bobs, I think, magazine, fresh bread every Friday, mix and knacks of drinks, oats, cereal, soft drinks, cards, lots of jams, teas, many of the things really, what you need. Are you putting on a poster or something?
Yes,
Do you live here?
I live about 2 miles outside the village. So are you walking or?
Yeah, just visiting different areas at the border. I think it's quite fascinating. So have you always lived here?
44 years.
Wow.
Well, I moved here when I was in my 30s. Yeah.
Wow.
Enjoy the rest of your visit.
Thank you so much. So this is currently what I am looking at. A telephone booth, a bus station, a memorial, and lots of gorgeous houses. What a gorgeous thatch roof cottage. It's called Rose Cottage. Who lives here? It's gorgeous. So that's the Plough Hotel. And how cute is that? The bus stop is just right here. So this bus stop is actually very cute. Not only it stands next to the iconic red telephone booth, but also the bus stop has got this bookshelf where it allows people, anyone really, to exchange books. Hello. It's all right.
The little one is Lily and the bigger one is Betty.
Lily and Betty. Oh.
Their collective name is Trouble.
Do you live here?
Yes, I do indeed.
You're in one of that cottages?
I'm in one of those,
Oh,
yes.
wow.
But I only moved here, 7 years ago with my late wife. My wife died 4 years ago today.
Oh, sorry about that.
Well, thank you.
It's
Are you-
incredible that lots of people move here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a phenomenon, yeah.
Yeah.
And we moved here because my late wife grew up in Northumberland. I did retire, and my wife said, well, when you retire, John, I want to go home, because we were living in the south of England. I was working in London.
Whereabouts in?
Well, we were living in a few places. I mean, most recently in a county called Rutland. So we looked at a house we actually put a deposit down on a house in Northumberland.
Oh, wow.
But then this little cottage came up on the village green, and my wife said, she rang me up at work and said, John, go and look at it tomorrow. Now, 'cause it'll be snapped up. 'Cause
Well, yeah.
She knew the area
Oh, really?
from her childhood.
Thank you so
Enjoy
much.
your walk around.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, admiring this. So thank you so much. And sorry again about the 4 years.
Well, thank you very much
yes,
indeed.
yes.
Kind words.
Ah, thank you. Cheers. See you. So I'm just walking back to Kirk Yetholm, where I and Melissa have been staying at. Unfortunately, the accommodation that we're staying has this policy, which is quite funny, to lock out of the room and kitchen until check-in time again. How are we going to be able to access the food that we have in the kitchen? Long and behold, thankfully, I stumbled upon a family that just moved here, and I had a bit of chat here and there, and she was like, come over, just knock over for lunch. And I thought, how incredible. Knock, knock. Hello, are you going?
We have now finished our nettle soup. Oh, it's not finished. I finished making it. So
Oh
come
wow.
and eat some.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Are you sure about this? Oh, that's all right. Hello. No, I agree. I think that's why I don't really travel to cities. You're missing that connection.
Yeah.
And you have to get to like random places to be able to spark a conversation.
Yes, I know. And you can't do that in a city because everyone thinks you're a bit mad.
Thank you so much though for this. What is it again?
It's nettle.
Nettle soup.
So basically, it's what I've been reading. I thought if I was
Wow,
gonna read
that's
it, I might as well
amazing.
eat it. And something called Jack and the Hedge, which is wild mustard.
Oh wow, that is so yummy.
And potato and garlic.
Wow.
Cumin.
Oh, you must be lucky for eating good stuff all the time.
It's not sweet.
I just got back to the hostel and spent the entire afternoon having conversation with Gilly and Kirsty. It was such a beautiful moment to have this interactions, you know, where we stumble upon each other and just get on really well, exchanging travel stories. And I love this kind of experiences, right? I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Make sure to check out my Instagram and Patreon if you haven't already. I can't wait to see you again on the next video. Bye!